Yo, Lisa! It was nice seeing you again today. 17 years now since the last time we made contact with one another, right? I'm sure seeing me come out of nowhere like that was quite the surprise for you.
Nice seeing you as well, Troy. Now what do you want with me?
Huh?
I'm asking what my ex-husband, the man that said he should be married to a younger woman after all, before stabbing me in the back and running off with my little sister, wants from me. You were following me all afternoon, going on and on about how you had something to ask me about Rebecca, and that's why I'm responding to you now, because I have no other choice. And just a reminder, after you tell me what you wanted to say and ask, I'm going to be deleting your contact info again and don't want to see you anymore.
Oh, that's right. About Rebecca.
I heard that you both broke up with one another 1 year after you left me for her. But that was 16 years ago, so why do you want to ask about her now?
That was just an excuse.
Huh?
I had to say something in order for you to eventually give me your number like that. But even before that, I had to actually find out where you were living now and come out here and hang out around the area waiting to run into you. And I can't believe that even worked out for me to begin with. Sure, you're 17 years older now, and that age is really beginning to show, but you still have that same old face, which made it so easy for me to recognize you.
Do you have nothing better to do right now? Why the hell would you come out around my house waiting for me to come out?
I wanted to show you how happy I'm living right now.
Huh?
Right now, I'm about to start going out with this super young and super hot girl.
Oh, now I'm really not curious.
Just listen for 2 seconds. Her name is Lanny, and she's a college student. She's currently working part-time at a ramen restaurant called Rama close to Hartford Station.
What? Did you say Rama?
It's a pretty famous restaurant in that part of the city, so you have to know it as well, right?
Well, I do know about it. But a girl named Lonnie working at Rama?
Right. Just her name alone is super cute, right?
I also happen to know the owner of Rama, by the way. And that Lonnie you're speaking of is still in high school. So...
What? But I was told by a frequent customer to that place that the owner's daughter is a college student. He said she's available and everything right now, and that I definitely have a chance with her.
And Lonnie happens to be the owner's niece. The owner's daughter left the state last year to go to some college out in Boston. She was also staying at her grandma's house while in high school, so there was no way you were seeing her while she was still around. So that has to be the high schooler you're talking about.
Ah, is that right?
By the way, Lonnie's dad also happens to work at that restaurant.
Wait, really?
And he happens to be younger than you.
What?
If you understand what I'm saying now, then stop thinking such depraved thoughts about a high school student and stop going out to Rama, please.
She has a father who's younger than me?
Thank God I was here to tell you the truth before you went and committed a crime.
Ugh. Yo!
What? What this time? Is there something else you're wanting to bug me about?
Yesterday, I was so shocked over the things you told me that I never had the chance to talk with you about the one thing I needed to say.
Is that so? Well, if you want something from me, hurry up and say it. Right now, I'm in the middle of my very important break from work, trying to relax and not think about things.
Ah, so you really are working now?
Yes, I'm working.
I see. I knew that would be the case.
What the hell is this?
You're gonna be a single old hag forever, right?
What? Wait, what the hell did you just say? You think it's okay to be saying rude things like that at your age? Me being single right now or married right now has nothing at all to do with you, Troy.
That's not totally true, though, because I know that I'm correct when I say that you don't seem to be married at all.
Why would you think that?
Because the guy who saw you the other day said that you're living in a one-bedroom condo right now that's meant for young and single adults to be living in.
And you assume that that's my house?
Well, it has to be, right?
Hey, what the hell is this all about, Troy? All of today and yesterday? You lied to me in order to start a conversation with me. And then you started to brag about how you'd be going out with a high schooler of all people. You told me all you wanted was to brag about how happy your life is right now, yet you're back speaking to me again after all that was said and done yesterday? It's been 17 whole years now since you and I got divorced, so what the hell is your goal now?
Well, after that little embarrassing thing I brought up with you yesterday, I thought I'd stop right then and there and never talk to you again. But this morning I realized something.
What?
Lisa, about you. The fact that you're still single at the moment means that you must still have some feelings for me, right?
Huh? No frickin' way would I ever hold any feelings for a man that backstabbed me like you did for the past 17 years.
Are you sure about that? Then why are you still working like that?
There are tons of women who are married and still work a job.
But you're not married. You're still a single old hag.
Who the hell ever said that?
Which means you still have feelings for me, right?
I do not, all right? Shut the hell up, man.
Hey, want to get remarried to me?
Huh?
You and I, we're really getting up there in age now, right? I'm sure this is all moving along way too fast for someone like you, but I've had to start thinking about what my life will be like once I've retired. And when you think about yourself being a single woman in your 70s, don't you feel hopeless and alone?
How about you stop assuming that I'm single when I never said anything about whether or not I'm married right now?
But you not giving me an answer right now means that you're too embarrassed to tell me the truth, right? In other words, you're still single after the last 17 years.
Jesus frickin' Christ. The only reason I haven't said anything is because talking with you is a pain in the ass.
Huh? A pain in the ass?
What the hell is the point of explaining my life to some asshole who cheated on me with my little sister? That's why I haven't told you anything about myself. But I can see now that not telling you anything is far worse for me, as you're just going to assume now the person I am, which is even more annoying. So I'll explain things.
What?
To start, take a look at this picture.
What is this a picture of? Why does she look like you in a gown and cap?
That's a photo of me graduating from university.
Huh? But aren't you and I the same age and everything?
After I divorced you, I went back to university. I thought that it was time for me to study some more and make something out of my life.
But at the age you were at, wasn't that a bit of a pain? Going to university after you had to get a divorce from your husband?
I have the right to do whatever the hell I want after you left me for my sister. After you were gone, I had gone back to university to study. I was finally able to get the kind of job I'd been wanting. And what's even better than that, I was able to meet my current husband there.
Your current husband? But you're single right now.
Next is this picture.
What's this?
Those are wedding bands.
What?
And considering that these bands are much different designs than the ones you got back when we were married, you can tell that I was given mine by someone else, right?
Then you're seriously married right now?
Now you take a look at this picture. That is my current husband playing with our toddler.
What?
I didn't want you seeing what they both look like now, so that's a picture I took of them a few years ago when my daughter was a toddler. But as you can see, I have a husband now that I've been married to, and we had a daughter together. My husband also happens to understand that I enjoy working the kind of job I have right now. And both his mom and dad are very loving people that treat me like I'm a daughter of theirs rather than an object.
So you're really married then?
I really am. And for the longest time now, I've been enjoying life with them.
Then why do you have a condo right now that's meant for a single person? Don't tell me you have issues with your husband now and have been taking another man there to make love to him secretly. If that's really the case, then make me that secret lover of yours instead.
It's undeniable now that you've become this disgusting wreck of an old geezer now. Listen, have you not yet noticed that the condo you speak of was just an Airbnb?
What?
From time to time, I'm having to travel a little ways out of town for work, and there is nobody in the area I can stay with. So I thought instead of getting a hotel, I'd be better off staying at an Airbnb like that one. So after talking with my company, they said I could have a room there instead of in a hotel. That's all.
So you were on a business trip?
Yep, and that right there is what's happened to me these past 17 years. Now that you're aware of everything, you shouldn't need to bother me anymore, right?
No, wait, but...
In conclusion, you have nothing to do with my life now, and I will not include you in it.
What?
Bye-bye.
Yo, Lisa, get out here right now!
Wait, what?
I just need this place while you're here for business, so let me come live in there with you.
Huh?
I don't have anywhere else to live right now, so please let me live in there with you. And as a thank you for doing that, I'll eat you out tonight and every night.
Screw off. I already finished my business trip now and am back home with my husband and kid. Right now there's nobody in that condo.
What did you say? You told me before that you were going to be around for 1 month, right?
No, I didn't. I was only there for the week, and that ended 2 days ago.
Are you kidding me?
By the way, Troy, before you came to the condo today looking for me, you went and made a move on that Rebecca, right?
What?
I was just about to tell her to look out for you, but she told me that you already stopped by. You made the mistake of thinking that she was single when you went in to talk to her. You told her that you'd been kicked out by the woman you'd been living with for 10 years and said you'd get back together with her as long as she took care of you, right? But then you noticed that she had a middle school son with her that she had to walk away with after you approached her, right?
You know all about that, too?
My sister told me she never expected you to come out where I'd be so many years later and said sorry for not saying anything to me sooner about you.
Are you guys actually talking to one another again? The two sisters that ruined my life and left me for dead have...
Hearing you say that about us is not right at all. After having taken you from me 17 years ago and then being thrown out by you a year later, my sister's eyes were open to a lot of things. She actually went out to my parents' house not too long after all that happened between you two and apologized to them. I haven't been around my parents' place for some time now, so I wasn't able to meet with her then when she did that. But she continued to try and get in touch with me, wanting to apologize each and every time for what she'd done. I'm not saying that her and I are 100% okay with one another again, but we're at least to the point now where we can talk with one another again over the phone if we need to.
No freaking way!
And with that, this is really it. Don't you ever bother any of us ever again.
Lisa, about a place for me to live.
Screw you.
Lisa!
Goodbye forever. A few days later, I received a phone call from Troy's older brother. Apparently, his older brother is the one who owns his parents' house now, after they had both passed away years ago. Troy went and sold all of his belongings in order to get the money to afford a plane ticket and go all the way back there to live with his older brother. By the time he had made it home to see his brother and his family, he looked like he had fought a war as he began to tell his brother what all had happened. However, his older brother found the story very creepy and told Troy that he never wanted to let him into their house again. But, being his older brother, he did go and ask a friend of his to help Troy out by giving him a new job. And so, after a night of having to sleep out in the shed, Troy's brother came out and grabbed him by the neck before throwing him into a van that took him away to a new location in a dorm room. Without even knowing what had happened to him, Troy was in a new world, working a job he never even asked to do. Troy was also asked to pay his brother back close to $30,000, as that was the amount he'd paid to help Troy out with his divorce and everything 17 years before, after he had cheated on me. Now Troy's in the process of working a very tough job in order to pay that off, while also being disciplined and straightened out by a bunch of big guys he has to work alongside. As for myself, I'm back at home still with my husband and daughter, enjoying the peace and quiet again after blocking Troy's number and never hearing from him again. I'm still at a loss as to what happened over those couple of days with him, but I was never actually worried about him being able to find my family and I, because we don't even live anywhere close to that city, hence me staying in that Airbnb when I have to go on business trips. And when it comes to the relationship between my sister and I know it's not all that strong yet, but over time I'm sure I'll be able to see her in person again. Just give me a few more years, and by then I might even be willing to consider her a part of my family, and let her see my daughter and husband. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Aspen, do you have a second? I have something I really need to talk with you about. Oh, hi, Lily. What are you wanting to talk about at 8 p.m.? Can you let me come stay the night tonight? What? I was kicked out of my boyfriend's house just a second ago. What? Wasn't he the man you were getting ready to marry, though? Yeah, that's the one. You were going on and on about how you'd never let him get away from you, though, because he has all that money. Yet now you've been kicked out of his house? What happened there? To tell you the truth, I got pregnant on accident. You're pregnant? So then what got you kicked out of his place was... That's right. It's not his baby that I'm pregnant with. What the hell do you think you're doing, Lily? I know that in the past you were a bit of a wild card when it came to men, but you're still up to that crap? Hey, come on now. It's too late for us to be talking about all of that. No, it's not, Lily. What you've done is going to affect you for the rest of your life now. All right. Shut up now and let me come over. Having to be pregnant and walking around in the streets at night is tough for me. Well, just get your butt over here. Can I start to tell Mom and Dad about all of this so that we can figure out what we're going to do with you? What? You plan to tell them both about this? Well, of course I do. They both need to know. And we're going to have to hear about who the real father of that child you're carrying is, too. It's all such a pain in the ass, though. You're the one that asked for it all. Well, right now I'm heading over to your place. I should be there soon, so have the door open for me. Jeez, oh Pete's. Just be careful on your way over here. Aspen, you can do this on your way home, but could you buy me some snacks, please? You want me to buy you some snacks? All of the snacks you had in the cupboard here? Well, I went and ate them all already. You went and ate all of that which was in there? Some of the symptoms that I've been getting make me feel really hungry all the time and give me an appetite for sweet and salty things. I get that some women have that when they're pregnant. Last night you were also going through the fridge eating random things in there, right? If you start eating too much, it's not going to be good for your health. Just shut up and bring me more snacks. Not happening. I have heard from a lot of people, including medical professionals, that gaining a lot of weight while pregnant is not a good thing. So could you please think about that a bit more while avoiding all that food? What? You're so stingy. By the way, Lily, how long do you plan on staying at my house? What? I've been asking you over and over again about who the father of that baby is, but you just keep beating around the bush about it and dodging all my questions. Mom and Dad told you already that if you're not going to talk to me about what happened, they want you to get out of my house and go back to their place, right? They told me that they have your old room all cleaned up and ready for you, so you need to go back there before your belly gets too big and it's hard for you to move around. I'm not going back to the countryside. Listen, Lily, This isn't just my house that you're living in right now, but also my husband Roland's house. I already feel bad enough that he has to hear about all the drama you've created in the family now getting pregnant like that. But neither of us want you sitting around in this house when you're the one that caused all of this drama. Then how about you get out of the house? Excuse me? Here's the thing. Actually, the father of this baby inside me will probably be coming around to talk with you about it. There was just a few things that had to be done first, and that's why I never said anything to you about him. Things that had to be done. I'll go into a lot more detail about all of this later with my baby's father. Well, if you're finally going to open up and talk, that's all that really matters. Now, make sure to bring me those snacks home. Not happening. Lily, can we talk for a minute? What is it? I'm at the front of the house right now, but, my key isn't able to turn the lock to open the door. I wonder if the lock is broken or something? Lily, you're inside the house right now, correct? I'm sorry to have to ask you to get up, but could you please come and open the door for me? Nope, I can't open that door. Excuse me? Because we went and had the lock changed for a new one. Which is why your key no longer works on the front door. What are you going on about right now? I'm not going to let you into this house right now. I can't, that's all. Lily, are you upset with me because I said I wouldn't be stopping to get you any snacks on the way home from work? I actually don't really care about that anymore. I went out and got some snacks of my own. Then what the hell is this about? Why are you not coming to let me into my own house? This house is both Roland's and mine, and we have been living here together ever since we got married. And to be frank, there is no reason you should be kicking me out of my own house right now when all you do is lay around. I see. You just think that I'm laying around here. Lily, if you don't stop acting out like that right now, I am actually going to get pissed off, all right? The one that should stop acting like a total idiot is you, actually. Excuse me? Because the one that actually went and changed the lock to this house was Roland himself. Wait, Roland did this? Today, Roland left work earlier than usual after using some of his PTO to be here. He wanted to be back here before you so that he could prepare to have you kicked out of the house for good. I'm being kicked out of my own house then? We made sure to send all your things that were here to your mom and dad's house for you. And the moving services will charge you once they have everything moved into their house, so please make sure to pay them. What the hell are you saying right now? I literally have no clue what this is all about, Lily. You still aren't catching on to what I've been hinting at? You should have been wondering why I've been here laying around your house all this time instead of going back to mom and dad's place. Right? What? Come on already. You're such a dumbass that I can't get anywhere with you anymore. So I'll just go ahead and tell you what's happened. Tell me what's happened. This baby that I've been pregnant with for a bit now's father is your husband, Roland. What? Hold it right there. Why would you say that Roland is the father? Why the hell would he be the father? You're so shocked, aren't you? This is getting so entertaining for me now. Not a single thing about what you're doing and saying is entertaining for me, though. Since I'm sure that you won't trust what I'm saying about your own husband being the father of my baby right now, allow me to send you a picture to prove things first. What is this? This is Roland and I on the couch after he came and brought me a bouquet to celebrate 1 year of being together with one another. 1 year? So what you're saying is that you've been going out with Roland around the same time he and I got married to one another? That's exactly right. So with all of that in mind now, I'm going to be the one giving birth to the person who will take over Roland's company after he retires, so you don't have to bother with him anymore. What? Roland's company? From today onwards, he and I will be treating this house as our earthly paradise, and there is nothing you can do to stop us. Actually, you just being around the house right now is a bother to me, so could you please get lost now? The divorce papers are out in the mailbox for you, so make sure to grab them before you head back to mom and dad's house. So you guys even went ahead and prepared the divorce papers? Of course we did. There's even a letter in here from Roland for me. He wrote about how he wants you to divorce him, right? As for myself, I would like to make Roland my husband before I end up giving birth to our baby. So could you please make sure to take those papers to the courthouse as soon as possible for me? I see. All right then. I'm going to take the papers there and drop them off right now. What? Seriously? In about 30 minutes or so, Roland will be going back to being a single man again. Hooray! This means that Roland can also be fired now as well, right? What? What exactly do you mean by that? How come you said he could be fired now? Goodbye. Aspen? Aspen! Hey, what's going on here? Okay, what is it? Tell me what the hell Roland being fired from his job is all about. How could the CEO be fired from his own company like that? Huh? You thought that Roland was the CEO of the company? Where did you end up hearing about that from? That company is his father's company, right? And there is no way that he could be fired from his own company when he's the one that runs it all as the CEO now. What are you actually going on about right now? Roland's father was only ever a basic office worker. Huh? Ah, so that's why you were saying something about me not having to worry about who would be taking over the company next, right? What? But Roland said that... He said that he's the CEO and was made so after his father stepped down and retired. What? Ah, so he still has the wrong idea then. The wrong idea? I explained things to him so many times, over and over again, yet he still didn't understand a thing. What are you talking about, Aspen? This company that Roland has been working for, right? Well, it just so happens to be the company our cousin Robert owns right now. Wait, Robert? Robert's been running a company of his own for a while now? Hold on, you never heard anything about this from anyone? I never heard anything at all before about that. This is my first time hearing about it. I think he actually started the company around 7 years ago or so. Then why would something like that lead to Roland thinking that he would become the CEO of the company soon? I'm not really sure where the best place to start explaining all of this to you would be. Let's start here. Around half a year before Roland and I got married to one another, his company he'd been working at before ended up having some major layoffs. And after that happened to him, he was having a really difficult time finding himself a new job. And so I went and spoke with Robert about giving him a job in his company. So he was really only able to start working for Robert because of the connections I made for him. Well, since that day he first started to work for Robert, a lot has happened with Roland. He got this idea in his head that Robert would be single for the rest of his life and never have anyone to give his company to after he left. And so Roland thinks that he'll be the next one in line, even though that's far from the truth. Huh? I've really been trying to comprehend whatever Roland has been thinking that's led him to that conclusion. Roland does have a little sister, right, but she's not even working in the same field as him. And since Robert doesn't ever want to get married, Roland thinks that he's never going to have kids, which is true to the best of my knowledge. And that leaves you and I as Robert's only cousins, right? In other words, the only ones who could really be in line next to take over his company would be me. And that crazy man who thinks he's going to be the CEO, even though Robert has never even said anything to him yet about it at all. I'm having a hard time understanding all of this. The reason why Roland has been fired from his last job wasn't even due to the layoffs anyway. He was fired because he couldn't do his job correctly. What? There is no way Robert would ever let Roland, a completely useless man, take over his company after him. What the hell? Well, now that you're aware of all that, and now that I've had to divorce Roland over you and him making a baby together and stealing my house from me, there is no reason for Robert to keep him in his company anymore. It's not like he was a full-time worker for the company anyway. He was only working close to 15 hours a week. So he was part-timing? If he had actually taken his work there seriously, then one day he would have been made into a full-time company employee. No way. I thought that he was a way better option than my ex-boyfriend and would have a lot more money for me. Huh? So that's your reason for going and stealing my husband from me? That's right. Had I known the truth, had I been told the truth about Roland, I would have never even bothered with him. That's it. I just have to go and talk with Robert myself and convince him to hire Roland back into his company. Like you, I am also Robert's cousin, and that means that he would be happy to listen to all the things I have to say about why I took Roland from you and everything, right? Wait, you really think that's going to happen? Why do you say that? Do you want to know why Robert is most likely never going to be with anyone ever again? 10 years ago, when he was just getting ready to marry his fiancée, he found out that she'd been cheating on him with his friend, who went and stabbed him in the back and took her. Having to listen to someone like you now who's doing something very similar to what his friend did, I don't think you're going to be able to get a word off in front of him before he tells you to screw off, right? No way. Well, now that I'm divorced from Roland, I have nothing to do with you both anymore. I'm cutting ties to you now as well, so you both actually screw off now and go figure all your troubles out yourself, please. Wait a second. There's one last thing. That house you're living in, I just finished having the lease on it canceled. What? But isn't this the place under Roland's name? At the very beginning it was. But after he was fired from his job and no longer making the money to be able to afford rent, I stepped in and paid it for him, while also putting my name down on the place as the sole tenant. And ever since then, I've been the only one paying the rent for it. Seems that even Roland himself forgot such an important thing happened, huh? What the actual hell is going on here? Now, I happen to still have a job to get to. I'm going to turn off my phone now. Wait a second, Aspen! Early this morning, I went to the courthouse and handed the marriage papers. But I don't need a lousy husband like Roland anymore. I'll give him back to you now, so you do something about all of this. Aspen, please! While I was ignoring all of my sister's cries for help, a lot of things happened between her and Roland. First, Roland and Lily tried to stay inside the house I ended the lease on, and would squat there for about 2 or so weeks before the owner of the property came and kicked them out. Of course, things weren't that easy for the owner, though. And so he had to call the police out to help him remove the two because neither one of them would leave the bathroom they locked themselves inside of. But after a few conversations with a kind officer about how them not getting out that day would only make matters worse, they opened the door, gathered everything, and left. Then Roland made the choice to have them both move all the way back to his folks' place, where they'd be staying for the time being. Lily really wanted to get a divorce from him so badly, but neither Roland or his parents would allow such a thing to happen. This led to Lily trying to contact me over and over again, asking for me to come and save her, but this time I'd had enough and ended up blocking her number. Not only was she locked in by the fact that she was still carrying his baby inside her, but she was now stuck inside his parents' house with no way out. The only issue with Lily, though, was that she could not do chores to save her life. The day after Lily had finally given birth to the baby, her mother-in-law took it from her and then started to talk with me again about how much she hated Lily and wanted her gone. But of course, I don't care about Lily, but what I would be taking was both Lily's and Roland's money in a divorce. As of right now, neither one of them ever has time to be around their baby, as they both have to work from sunrise to sunset every day, making the money they need to pay off the settlements, as well as try to move out of Roland's parents' house. I'm sure that's a very tough life for the both of them, but all they have to do is work their hardest for the time being. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Ashley, big problem. It's about Jamie. What? Oh, Naya. Good morning. What happened with Jamie? I'm sorry for saying something the morning of your wedding that's going to be really bad news to you, but Jamie's car ended up having a flat tire on his way there. Wait, really? He was just pulling out of his driveway when he noticed the flat, and he's been looking at it ever since. He came and told me to give you a call since I happen to be the closest person living to him that knows you. I'm sorry, but he's asking you to come out here and pick him up right now to take him to your wedding venue today while his car gets taken to the shop. Understood. Oh, and from now on, can you just contact me if you have any more questions? He's calling with one of his friends right now that works for a car shop, and he's going to have to be on the phone for some time talking to them. He also told me that after this call, he's going to have to wait for a call back from them about getting a truck out here to tow his car. Sounds good. Thanks for contacting me about this, Naya. I'm leaving my house right now, and I can be over there to get him really soon.
Yo, Ashley, are you still not on your way to this restaurant to have our wedding? I'm here with the rest of my family right now waiting to see you here. Jesus, I can't believe you're gonna pull a stunt like this, putting your name down as the most pain-in-the-butt bride there ever was. If you're gonna be late today, at least tell me that. I'm gonna start getting things ready over here for the wedding while I wait for you. You have to understand that we're throwing a wedding in a restaurant where we reserved the whole place, which means a lot of money is going into it that I do not want to waste playing around with you. If you're not here soon, I'm gonna cancel this wedding without any hesitation. Understand? Get your butt here now! Time is up. I've gone and ended this wedding with you. And in your place, I'm gonna get married to Naya. Both my parents and hers have talked everything out, so even if you make it here now, it's far too late for you to do anything to change this. I even made sure to tell the staff here not to let you in if you come, so forget even trying. Jesus. Now I'm gonna have to get a divorce and everything before I can do anything with Naya. And then you and your familyless butt can sit there and rot away by yourself. Your lack of responsibility is gonna go down with your name in history as the worst thing ever about you. Also, there's a high chance that you've been cheating on me this whole time. Just a second ago, Naya was acting all strange, talking about how she wanted to say something about it, but she couldn't decide whether or not to. But then she came up to me crying that she had seen you with another man having sexual relations with one another. Thankfully, this wedding is being held at the restaurant one of my friends happens to own, so it was all too easy for me to tell him and the staff that I'd now be getting married to Naya instead of you. With that, as I had just said, I'm making Naya my wife now. And as for you, I'm gonna make sure to get every cent that I can out of you in a settlement.
My plan to get Jamie to want to marry me today was a success. You being such a simpleton without a worry in the world really helped my plan go smoothly for me. To tell you the truth, I was lying about Jamie's car ever having a flat tire that prevented him from going to the wedding. When I told you about that, he was already on his way to the restaurant wedding and didn't actually need you coming to his place to pick him up. And then, when you showed up looking for him in his car, I was able to push you into his garage and close it on you, locking you inside of it. So that was my first mission completed. And now I'm working on completing my second mission today. I was able to make it to the restaurant just in time to find him in the changing room all worked up over you not arriving yet. And there I told him another lie about how I'd seen you having sex with another man recently and are cheating on Jamie. And just like that, all the anger he had vanished, and he ran into my arms. I told him that if he were with me, I would never cheat on him or come late to a really important event like our wedding before asking him to marry me. And he took me in his arms and told me yes. That right there was the moment that two longtime friends who had never been anything more than that tied the knot of love and became a couple. So, with all that said, until this wedding is over with, you're going to be waiting in his garage quietly for me, please. What the heck? Naya, you went and tricked me into coming out here? And you took my place as Jamie's bride? Are you freaking kidding me right now? Well, hello, Ashley. So you managed to get out of his garage? After smashing into the door on the side of it over and over again, I was able to break it down. Wow. So you're like some kind of a beast now or something. Scary. I ran back to my car and grabbed my phone that I'd left in there to see what all I had missed. All of this... Why, Naya? Why would you do this to me? Going and taking my place as the bride at my wedding? What kind of BS are you thinking? I did it because I love Jamie, of course. Ever since he and I were born, we've been with one another. Yet sometime later, you barged in the way of me and took him. You are a serious nuisance. You're saying that I barged in and took him from you? Stop trying to make me seem like some kind of a monster, okay? Also, all you and him ever were longtime friends and nothing more. Sure, you both have been close to one another, but neither of you did anything with one another before I came, and he even said it himself that he wasn't into you much. If you really loved him as much as you say you do, then why the hell didn't you open up about your feelings for him before all of this happened? Shut your mouth. Also, it's too late for you now. He and I have tied the knot with one another, and just a second ago, I stood in the place of you in your wedding dress cutting the cake. Jamie also made sure to have the name on the cake changed from yours to mine after he heard that you'd cheated on him. Jamie told me that he was happy to have me becoming his bride today, and he'd forever cherish this moment. Huh? And just like that, I'm now his wife. Then that would mean my dress. Oh, that's right. I'm going to wear your dance dress you had ready as well soon, so that I don't have to go home and get one of my own. Thankfully, you and I are both the same size all around, so I didn't have to worry about the wedding or dance dress today. You bitch. These are both rentals, so stop getting all worked up about me wearing them. They're not rentals. What? Both of those dresses are dresses that a dear friend of mine out in France made for me and then sent to the U.S. Both of them together are close to $15,000. Huh? Since you think you can just take everything from me after having locked me in a garage, I'm going to make you pay. What? Well, so what, I guess. I'm sure that Jamie will step in and do something for me there. At least for me, once this wedding and party are all over with, he and I can go to the courthouse and get married to one another for real. Once the wedding and party are over with? In other words, you're going straight there to do all that paperwork? That's right. We already made sure to fill out all the paperwork before we got the wedding on the road, so all we have to do afterwards is take them into the courthouse and hand them in. Jamie and I are both married right now, though. What? You didn't know about that? Huh? We haven't moved in with one another yet, but 2 weeks ago we went to the courthouse and handed in the papers to get married. You're kidding me! So, all of this crap you sent me about completing your plan to lock me away in Jamie's garage and take that wedding from me so that you can be married to him, I'm sending screenshots of right now. What? Hold on a sec. Also, while we've been talking here, I've been looking into something. While you were pushing me into the garage and closing the door and locking it on me, my car's drive recorder captured it all on tape. Your car has a drive recorder on it? I wonder how he's going to react to watching all of that, right? Stop that!
What the heck is all this? Are you serious about this? Naya went and did all of this to you?
Jamie, have you read through all the screenshots that I sent you?
Ashley! So the reason you never showed up here or said anything to me about being late is because of this? That freaking bitch, Naya! How dare she do all of that to us? All because she wanted to marry me? What the heck did she do to my wife?
Right, she really is a total bitch for all the things she's done. But on the day of our wedding, you not being able to get a hold of me before the wedding started could have been because I was in an accident or really sick or who knows. There are plenty of scenarios where I could have been in trouble and had no way of texting you about what happened to me. But you never once thought that any of those could have been the reason for me not showing up, right? Me not showing up to the wedding equaled me not being someone you can trust in your head. And then your friend Naya comes in and says a few things, which you believe almost immediately, and tell her that you're going to marry her instead of me? And then change the whole wedding to make her your bride instead of me? Also, you did something there, didn't you? A lot of things, actually. All I thought I had to do was break out of that garage that I was locked into by Naya and get to my phone so that I could contact you. And when I did get out, all I thought I needed was to get to the wedding as soon as possible, as not to worry you any longer. But when I went and read everything on my phone...
Ashley, the thing is, after I saw the truth and why you weren't ever able to make it, I knew that I still wanted to be married to you. And I'm going to cut ties to Naya as well. And as for this wedding today, you and I can start over and do everything I already did today with you. If you really want to, we can go overseas this time for the wedding and make it a very fancy one, having everything you ever wanted there. All right? That shouldn't be a problem for you, right?
How would that solve anything, Jamie?
What?
Instead of even asking me what happened and trying to talk with any of my friends about why I wasn't there yet, you started to criticize me over text and lash out like I've never seen you do before. And then you started to go on about how I cheated on you based on what Naya said. And then you told me that you would be having the wedding with your longtime friend instead of me since I hadn't shown up yet, and that you'd be divorcing me. Well, you know what, Jamie? We are getting that divorce now, like you said.
A divorce?
I'm going to get myself a lawyer, and then I'm going to make sure I get a settlement from you.
Wait!
I'm going to drive you into the ground over what you've done today.
No, wait, come on now. Today at your wedding, all of your friends that came said that what I was doing was insane, and all began to leave before the wedding actually started. If you divorce me now, them all having the wrong idea about me will only make things harder for you, correct?
Well, here's the thing. All of my friends have been talking about what happened today in our group chat. And I already explained to them what happened between you and Naya and I.
Huh?
So all of my friends know the truth about you and don't have the wrong idea whatsoever.
Are you joking right now? In that group is the daughter of my company's CEO?
That's right. She happened to be a friend of mine from university that I wanted to come to the wedding today. And she told me that she was going to have a word with all your coworkers later on that you had at your wedding today so that they would understand what happened.
What the hell is she thinking? And why were you not thinking about my position in the company before letting her do that?
Listen, bud, did something happen to you? Are you all right? Neither of those things came from you before you automatically started to dig into me and then say you'd marry Naya. That's what I thought my husband would be asking me instead of getting pissed off like you did. I just wanted you to worry about me in case I did get into an accident or something. After breaking out of your garage, I went and looked through all those things you said about me, calling me names and things like that, and saying that I'd been cheating on you. I can't believe you anymore. As for the divorce, I'll have my lawyer get in touch with you in a few days. They'll be the one to give you the paperwork as well.
Ashley?
Goodbye forever. After that, I had my lawyer do all the talking with Jamie as I could no longer stand him anymore. It took a long time for anything to get anywhere in terms of the divorce, up until one day we noticed that Naya was pregnant. And upon further investigation, it turned out that the baby was Jamie's. And that was the end of our discussions as the divorce was then forced to happen. And in the end, Jamie and Naya got married to one another officially. Just like she'd wanted, she had the man she'd always loved and been around. But at the same time, she would be paying for my dresses that she wore and the settlement that I was getting from her and Jamie. They would both pay me everything within a week of one another, and my lawyer told me that they both had to borrow a lot of money to do so, and went into some pretty heavy debt. And not too long after that, her and Jamie were both told by all their friends that they were nothing to them anymore. As for Jamie's parents, both of them told him that he had lied to them about why he was making Naya his bride at the wedding and said they wouldn't forgive him for that. And that led to them disowning him. With nobody supporting their marriage and them not even being in love with one another anymore, it took only half a year of going through hell for them to get a divorce. And then they both ran away to different parts of the state, never talking to one another again. The only good thing that came out of that mess was Jamie's parents taking the baby that Jamie and Naya had and not letting him see it anymore. As for myself, I made sure to have Jamie pay for the whole entire wedding as well. So I was the only one who actually gained money from the whole ordeal. And although it was heartbreaking for me at first, I am still very young and have plenty more time to find a true man that loves me, which I can marry. However, for the time being, I'm going to put finding a new man on the back burner and use some of this money to take a few trips around the world like I've always wanted to do. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Cassidy, are you out with that man of yours again? I want to talk about this divorce already. You keep running off to go and spend time with him, leading to this whole divorce getting nowhere. If you really want for things to happen like you keep whining about, then come home and talk with me.
Come on, you're talking about all that again? I was kind to you by leaving the divorce papers at the house for you to finish filling out. Just sign your name on those papers and hand them in to the courthouse. Then this whole situation will be over with and you won't have to think about me anymore. You're the one who keeps trying to bring things up with me, delaying the divorce you keep whining about wanting all the time. You're being a jerk right now, Arnold. I even said you could have full custody of Kai, so why do you still sound unhappy with things?
I want to talk about the settlement.
What?
If you want to know why I'm not happy with getting the divorce just yet, then I'll give you my answer right now. I want for you and that man you've been cheating on me with to pay $50,000 as a settlement to me and in one payment.
$50,000? Are you nuts?
I came up with that amount after talking with my lawyer about how long you've been cheating on me for and how many times you've lashed out at me trying to hide said affair. I will not be reducing that settlement. You owe that amount to me for all the times you've lied to me saying that you've loved me and your daughter, so let's go.
What the heck? You want me to pay you that much? You're outright trying to rob me.
Everyone knows that when someone in a married couple cheats on the other, they have to pay up for it.
Well, I don't know about that crap, and I don't care.
Then that makes you an idiot who needs to be taught a lesson.
Shut up.
Once I know that you and your man are gonna pay up, I will be handing in those divorce papers. Also, if you try to take the papers and hand them in yourself without my consent, then I'm gonna have my lawyer call the courthouse and have them trash those papers, so don't bother trying. And I haven't even signed anything yet, so you would have to forge my signature, and that would land you in an even worse spot than you're already in.
Are you kidding me? I want to get married soon, Arnold. My boyfriend and I have already made plans for our wedding and everything, yet you've made those plans fall apart, and now we have to reschedule things. Stop being an ass.
If you want to get married, then you'd better get to work on sending me that $50,000. Otherwise, you're just going to have to wait until I feel like signing those papers.
I don't have that kind of money.
Well, until you do have the money, there won't be any divorce.
What the hell? Do you like holding me hostage like this?
Absolutely not, but I need to make sure that a little rat like you doesn't slip through my fingers without paying me that settlement first. That's the whole reason I made sure the lawyer and the court knew you had to pay me in one lump sum so that you couldn't run away from me with my money. To be honest, you both are some tiresome idiots. Hurry up and pay me that money so we can get this divorce over with.
What? What makes you think you need to say things like that?
If you don't want me talking to you like this, then come home and talk with me.
Come on, Arnold.
You're such a pain in the butt.
Arnold, are you all right?
Oh, hey, Amy.
I saw what you sent me yesterday night. I get that things aren't going your way, but you can't start getting all upset about it right now. You're only going to push Cassidy further and further away, and things will go nowhere for the both of you, so take it easy, please.
I might have gone a little overboard there. I just got all worked up is all about what she was saying to me. However, her parents knew where she'd run off to, and so they were able to stop her for me.
I see. Hey, Kai is looking at my phone right now and asking how you're doing.
Kai, I'm doing just fine.
Can I call and talk with her later? She really wants to hear your voice and is always asking me what you're doing and where you're at.
Sure thing. Sorry for leaving her in your care for so long now. I promise to make this all up to you later on.
No worries. She's my cute little niece after all, so I'd watch her until the end of time if I had to.
Thank you. You're really helping me out a bunch here.
Tomorrow you'll be taking her to the amusement park for a bit so that she can get some of her energy out and have fun, right?
Yeah, that's right. Even with how things have been going between Cassidy and I still need to act like a parent and give my little girl the attention she deserves.
That's right. And I think you getting out for a bit and having some fun there will be good for you as well. Cassidy, come to Miles City Hospital right now. Oh, hey, Amy. It's been such a long time since I last spoke to you. What's going on over at that hospital? Have you still not gotten a call or anything from them? Both Arnold and Kai got into a bad car accident. What? They had just left the house, and just a few minutes later they got rear-ended really badly. They were both taken to Miles City Hospital by ambulance, and I'd like for you to head there now as well to go see them. Right now I'm with my parents as well as my husband heading there to see them. You should already be aware that I'm getting a divorce from Arnold, right? What? Yeah, I'm well aware of that already. But you both are still legally married, and this accident involved your daughter, who is now in the ICU. And I told you and Arnold that I don't want custody of Kai anymore. Is there any reason I need to be going out to see them now? Seriously, I don't care to go and see the both of them while they're just laying in some hospital beds, so please don't ask me about this again. What? I get that you and Arnold are on your way to getting a divorce, but you can't actually be abandoning your own daughter like that, right? We should already be divorced by now, Amy. Yet for some reason, Arnold either still has some kind of feelings for me, or he wants my money, and that's why he won't let us get divorced yet. I don't care that they both had to be admitted into the hospital. Just as long as Arnold is still able to sign those divorce papers soon. And if he injured his hands, then someone step in for him and sign it so he can get this divorce taken care of. Right now is not the time to be talking about your guys' divorce. Would you stop playing around with me already? Just make Arnold hurry up and sign those papers. And of course, without that whole settlement BS. Cassidy! Oh, by the way, starting tomorrow, I'm going to be away for 3 weeks with my boyfriend on vacation before our marriage. You're going on vacation now with him? Aren't your parents supposed to be watching you right now? I found the perfect time to run away from those two. Cassidy, you are really asking for it. Had Arnold just stopped being such a baby about the divorce, this would be my honeymoon with the man who should be my husband now. So unfortunately, we'll just have to call this vacation our pre-marriage vacation. All because of Arnold. I see. I understand now why he was getting so pissed off with you. What? I totally understand now that you have no intent of going out to see Arnold and your daughter at the hospital. Well, whatever happens from here on out, I'll make sure to keep between us and not get you involved. Oh, that would be wonderful. Thank God you're a lot better at understanding people's feelings than your brother. I'm going to start packing my things now. Bye-bye. Amy, I just got back from my pre-marriage vacation and all. Yet there is still no word about the divorce from Arnold, so now I'm not going to play so nicely with you guys anymore, okay? I took a little trip back to the house to have a look and see if the papers had all been signed, but they were still on Arnold's desk without his signature still. That must mean he got into that car accident before signing the papers, huh? And from the looks of things at the house, it seems that neither Arnold nor Kai have been back home and are still in the hospital, right? I guess I have no choice but to come to the hospital and see them so that I can force Arnold to sign these dang papers. Can you tell me what hospital those two are at again? Oh, so you're back home now? Did you know that both of them had to be transferred to another hospital? I stopped by the hospital you told me about before to ask if I could go see them, and they told me they were no longer there. And they wouldn't even tell me where Arnold and Kai went when I asked. I tried texting him, but he didn't respond back to me yet. Arnold broke both of his hands in the accident, so there's no way for him to do anything on his phone. Oh, is that right? So where are those two at now? I'm not telling you. What? Are you kidding me, Amy? I have to have Arnold sign these dang papers for me. Hey, Cassidy, there happened to be one other man you'd been having an affair with, right? What? Are you still talking with that man now? You're on about him, huh? I am planning on marrying the man I'm with now, so I left that other guy a while ago. And how did you explain to him the reasons for why you wanted to break things off? Well, I hadn't met with him for around 5 months at the time. So of course I didn't say anything to him about how I'd be getting married to another man or anything. All I said was that my husband and I were rekindling our love for one another, so I had to say goodbye to him. I see. What ended up happening with that guy anyway? Well, that man's funeral took place 2 weeks ago. Huh? What do you mean, funeral? That man had been ill for a while, so I wanted to ask you if you knew anything about that. I didn't know. Well, a little bit after you and him broke things off, his illness grew worse, and he had to be admitted to the hospital for care. There was no cure to what he had, so he finished his life in a hospital bed, surrounded by his wife and kids. What? So with that, I wanted to tell you that his wife found out about him cheating on her with you and started an investigation into who you were and where you're from. What? Because of that, it seems that in the next couple of days here, you will be getting told about the settlement she'll be wanting from you. No way! And it sounds like she wants the same thing Arnold wants, for you to pay it off in one lump payment. Wait, no! Get all the money you have ready. I don't have all of that money, though. Well, then how about you borrow the money you'll need? I'm sure that's the only choice left for you now, since there's nowhere left for you to run. What the hell is this? Arnold? Hey, please, just give up on getting that settlement from me, okay? I'll make sure to give you something else in place of that. I'll come out and see you at the hospital and bring you flowers. And I'll even get back together with you. So, what hospital are you staying at right now? I asked your sister that, but she just bullied me and said she wouldn't tell. Also, my parents have started to tell me to get out of their house and that they won't accept me as their daughter anymore. I've kind of come around to realizing I was a little bit in the wrong here, and so I'm wanting to make up for that, all right? And the only person I can rely on now is you. That's why I'm thinking about being nice to you again by letting you stay with my husband. And hey, I've made sure to leave that last guy I was with. So you don't have to worry about me being with any other men at the moment, all right? This will take care of all our problems, right? I'm sure that Kai is pretty lonely now after not seeing her mommy for some time, right? So, where were you guys admitted at? Hey, Arnold. Hurry up and tell me where you're staying, please. It sounded like Cassidy went and broke up with the man she had been wanting to marry for a while, in the hopes of erasing all those talks about divorce and staying Arnold's wife. But she didn't seem to have listened to what I had told her about my brother's hands being a mess, and so all of those texts and calls she gave him went unheard and unread. A week went by before I stumbled across all of her texts to him when I came back to see him and check on his phone. However, even after reading everything she had been saying to him about the divorce and her need for him, Arnold had no plans of letting her back into his life and continued with the settlement. He then told me to block her, and that if she really did need to say anything to him about the settlement, she had his lawyer's info and could contact him to pass the word on to Arnold. The same thing happened with the other woman, whose husband had cheated on her with Cassidy. So Cassidy ended up having to pay off 2 settlements. Realizing that there was really nothing left for her to do in this situation, Cassidy went and sold almost all of her things to pawn shops, which still didn't give her enough money. So the remainder had to be paid for with some borrowed money. And with all of that, she was able to pay off both settlements in one lump payment. Currently, with the tens of thousands of dollars worth of debt she's in, Cassidy's having to work day and night, 7 days a week to make all that money back, all while silently crying. Even after the divorce, Arnold has been stuck in the hospital recovering from his injuries, but things are going well there. Kai ended up being released a couple of days ago, and has been doing all right after the head trauma she had received. She will start kindergarten soon, so we'll have to see how her condition is there. At least she's smiling again and hasn't even mentioned a single thing about her mom yet. Recently, she has been sitting inside a lot, drawing pictures of giraffes and elephants, talking about how she can't wait to go to the zoo once her daddy is out of the hospital. Seems there's no need to pray for this father-daughter duo, as they are both bound to one another like magnets. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Dad, are you still working? Because today should be the day you finish that business trip and come home, right? I wanted to ask if I'm really your kid. I'm your kid, right? No matter how I think about it, I believe I'm yours, but...
Abby? What's going on? Why are you asking me something like that?
Mom's friend, Mrs. Bauer, is saying some weird things to me.
Mrs. Bauer? Is she the really strangely dressed woman who lives on the first floor of the apartment complex?
That's her.
What all has she said to you?
She told me that I'm not actually your daughter.
Ah!
She's wrong about that, right? I'm related to you by blood, making me your real daughter, right?
Of course you're my daughter. I've spoken to you before about how your mother, who passed away long ago, your real mother, had you while her and I were together, right?
You did.
Mrs. Bauer wasn't even around during those times, so I'm not sure what all she's talking about. And it's not like she's close to our family anyway, so she really needs to mind her own business. Perhaps she's mistaking you for someone else's kid?
That's what I think. Thank goodness you think the same thing.
But why would that person ever say anything like that to you? Later on, I'll have to talk with her about that and explain everything to her so that she doesn't say those same things about you again.
About Mom?
Huh?
She was crying really badly, saying that she needed to stop all of this strange talk about us before it started to spread to everyone. And then she ran off.
Do you think she went to go and talk with Mrs. Bauer?
I think so. She's already there now, I think.
I see.
I think everything will be fine, though.
A lot of the people in this apartment complex have been here a long time with us and know about what happened. Mrs. Bauer and her family only moved here half a year ago, so I hadn't gotten around to explaining anything to her about us, but I probably have to now. I just didn't want to bother her and her family yet.
I see.
Now that I think about it, when she came to our room with her husband to introduce themselves, we traded phone numbers.
You did?
She told me that she wanted to have everyone who lives in this apartment complex's number in case there's ever an emergency. So that's the only reason we exchanged phone numbers then. I've never talked with her or anything, over the phone or with text, though.
You never really have a reason to, so I don't blame you for not talking to her or her husband.
I'm a bit worried about your mom right now since she ran off to Mrs. Bauer's place. Right now, I'm getting on the plane to fly back home to you both. There will be Wi-Fi on the plane so you can text me if anything happens while I'm on my way home. All right?
All right. Thank you, Dad. Excuse me, but this is Abby's father, Bo, who I'm texting right now?
What?
My name is Rebecca, and I'm currently living in room 105 of our apartment building.
Ah, nice to meet you again. Are you wanting to talk about my daughter then, and that's why you're texting me now?
That's right. So you must have heard about things from her already?
That's correct. Just a little bit ago, her and I were talking with one another about it. I'm not really sure where all the confusion about things had started, but my daughter is 100% related to me by blood, and I have her birth certificate and everything to prove just that. I'd like it if you'd please stop saying such strange things to her from here on out.
Are you kidding me? You have still not noticed anything about this yet?
What are you talking about?
I wonder what I could be talking about. Could you please let your wife know about this for me? If you don't, and I start to get all upset here, then I can have my brother and all his old friends come out to your apartment and make you wish you'd just accepted the truth.
Excuse me?
In the past, I was involved with a lot of street gangs, all right? My older brother was the head of one of those gangs, and if you piss me off, you'll be pissing him off, and things will get scary. Dad, there's an emergency.
What's happened?
Mom came back home and her cheek is all bruised and swollen.
What?
She told me that Mrs. Bauer punched her in the face.
She punched your mom?
She didn't listen to anything Mom was trying to say, and then she punched Mom to get her to shut up. I'm helping her put ice on her cheek right now, but it looks like the inside of her mouth is all cut up.
What the hell?
We should go to the hospital, right? Because the bleeding isn't stopping from her mouth.
Yes, please, go there.
All right, I'll go and let the old man next door know about what's happened, and we need to leave.
Good idea. When you get to the hospital, make sure to let the doctor know that Mom was assaulted and that a police report and everything needs to be made up. Once your mom's mouth has been taken care of, head to Grandma and Grandpa's house and stay there.
Okay.
Please, take good care of your mom for me.
All right. Listen, bud. Don't be ghosting me like that right in the middle of our discussion.
Sorry, there was an emergency that came up, and so I had to focus all of my attention on that for a bit.
An emergency?
Right now, I'm on my way to go see my wife who got punched in the cheek by you. Tell me, what was all that about?
I did that because she was asking to take a knuckles sandwich to her left cheek. That woman? She has balls of steel showing up at my door again like that, whining about things. And you, Bo, you need to get real with me and stop playing around.
What are you talking about right now?
I am talking about the secret of Abby's birth. Abby is really my husband's daughter, and we all should know that by now. You are not her real dad, and I want her to stop calling you that. Hence why I told her the truth. In other words, this all happened years ago, about a year before Abby was born, where your wife was with my husband cheating on the both of us. But before things could be handled, your wife married you, and then she had Abby, and you took the position of being her father. And I have hated you ever since because you never noticed that your wife had cheated on you with my man.
Listen to this then, Rebecca. My wife has never been pregnant while she's been with me.
What?
Her and I only started dating about 4 years ago, and 2 years ago we got married. This was her first time getting married, and I got married to her, bringing my daughter Abby along with me. This is my second time being married now.
Huh?
That means Abby is still related to me by blood because my previous wife gave birth to her after we tried for so long to have a baby, and my current wife is like her stepmother.
Stepmother?
This might be a little bit of a sidetrack, but if you take my daughter's age of 15 and add 1 year to it, that would be 16 years ago. But at that time, I was with Abby's real mother, and we were happily married to one another. I was never going out with my current wife then, so I cannot speak for whatever she was up to.
What? Huh? Abby, she's 15 years old?
That's correct.
What? But she was telling me all about how she had this test she was taking at the local elementary school before she graduated from there.
She was only taking her 8th grade exams at the elementary school because her middle school is having some construction done, and that would distract the students. After the exam, she'll be graduating from there and going to high school.
Huh? Oh, so she's not going into middle school?
Did you think that she was younger and still in 5th grade?
Yeah.
I suppose my daughter isn't the tallest girl, and one could say she's a late bloomer, but she's normally wearing her school's soccer uniform when she comes home from school. Did you not see that it was for her middle school?
I'm never home in the afternoon, so I only see her when she's going to school in the morning.
Is that so? Understood then.
But, Bo, I'm not kidding when I say that your wife had been having relations with my husband.
Is that something that's still going on currently?
Yes! Half a year ago, when my family moved into this building, they got back together and have been having an affair ever since. I made a mistake about who Abby's real father was and all that, but I know for a fact that my husband is cheating on me with your wife.
And do you have evidence of this?
I've seen them together plenty of times now. They both come out of the office building over by Hartford Station, and it's during the middle of the day when they should still be inside working.
How often are they doing such a thing?
At least twice a week. And the rest of the time they're together is after work or at work outings when they have to stay late.
That's very strange, Rebecca.
How is any of that strange?
Because my wife is currently working at an accounting office right down the street from this apartment complex.
Huh?
She's currently working as a part of the company's management and has been there for some time. So I'm not sure that she's making the 45-minute trip all the way out to Hartford Station to see your husband twice a week.
What? Oh, you're kidding me.
Rebecca?
What?
Actually, my wife's cousin happens to work out over in that area and can be seen going to and from that station quite a lot.
Cousin?
Here's something that you might benefit from hearing about that cousin. She happens to share a lot of the same features as my wife and will sometimes be misidentified as my wife when going out around this part of the city. So I think you made the same mistake.
Are you serious? I can't believe I got your wife mixed up with her.
Now listen, Rebecca. There's something else. You are also cheating currently, aren't you?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about now?
You are going out with the store manager of the store you work at part-time, and that daughter of yours you had a little while back happens to be that store manager's daughter.
Wait, what?
The fact that you were going off on my family and me for something that wasn't even happening, all while your situation is one and the same to what you thought was going on here? I don't care if you made a mistake and became confused about us. In the position you're in, there's no reason for my wife to be punched by a hypocrite.
Who the hell are you? How do you know about all of that?
This was the outcome of what an investigator found out for your husband, who asked him to look into you.
Huh? An investigator?
As a matter of fact, during that same time you went and punched my wife in the face for no reason at all, I got a call from your husband about all of this. He told me all sorts of things about you after he learned from the investigator. Also, your husband and my wife's cousin happen to both work for that same company, yes, but they're never doing anything besides taking their lunch break at the same time and talking business.
What?
And if you'd like evidence of that, you can ask their company for the security gate records of when they go in and out of the building and see it lining up with their lunch. And if that's not enough for you, the company also has all the records of the projects they've had to work on together, and that some of those projects require them to stay late after work and get them done. So, your husband has not been cheating on you yet, Rebecca. You claimed they were cheating just because you saw them together, and you went around saying that to everyone, right? Of course, while you'd say that, you'd also go on about how if your husband was going to cheat, you'd do the exact same thing. And that's why you've started to have an affair with the store manager.
What? Wait, huh?
There was a lot of information in all of what I just said, so I can understand you not taking in everything all at once. But I'll make things simple for you now. 1, besides you and your store manager, nobody else is having an affair. 2, you just committed a crime in all your confusion. There you go.
No way.
Take a few more reads through all of this so that you can get a good understanding of what all has happened, please.
Do you think you can just say things like that to me? After hearing about you saying I've committed a crime by hitting your wife and your lies about me having an affair with my store manager, my brother and his gang will not leave you alone.
Is that so? Well, I'm aware that you're the little sister of Jacob Roberts, who was the leader of the street gang Heaven's Demons, right?
Huh? Heaven's Demons?
Go let him know not to do a thing after this. Unless he's willing to have all of those things from his past brought back up and then face his rival street gang.
What? Are you talking about Satan's Angels? The gang that's insanely strong now?
In the past they were.
I'm so sorry.
The next day, Rebecca's husband got a divorce from her, and that's also when her husband found out the daughter she had wasn't his. And so he had the both of them leave his apartment together and told her to never bring that child back to him. I was coming back home right as she was being kicked out, and when our eyes met, she screamed her head off before taking her daughter and sprinting out of the building. How rude! Rebecca would later be asked to pay a large settlement in the divorce since she had cheated and had a child with another man and would have to do so in one lump payment. She tried to get some form of child support from her husband in the divorce, though, but once again, the child was not her husband's, and so his lawyer told her there was nothing she could do about that. That settlement in the divorce wasn't going to be the only thing Rebecca had to pay, though, as my wife also got a settlement from her for being assaulted, and that had to be paid in one lump payment as well. This settlement turned out to be even larger than the one her husband had asked for, since she'd be paying for all the medical bills my wife received for not only stitching up the inside of her mouth, but for the pain medication she'd be on after having her cheekbone fractured. It only took a few days after the court ruling, and all that money my wife had asked for was paid. My wife and daughter both said she was being very quiet and smart now by paying that settlement without fighting back at all. And I said that it's almost like she'd learned her place after our talk, all while laughing. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.